Okay, Yaakov.
And the Lord spoke to
Chapter
Moses.
of Zayin. Okay.
The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the children of Israel, and say, there's nothing on here. And say to them, Ish ki yafli neder. When a man shall clearly utter a vow, Nafshi, regarding the valuation of person, people, Hashem, and to the Lord.
For Hashem. Meaning the value, as I just translated, the described value of a person, of souls, of people, Hashem. Okay, so a person takes upon himself a vow to donate, to give the prescribed value of a person, Hashem, to Hashem. Can you give it Hashem, meaning to the Beis HaMikdash?
I mean, an offering.
Yeah, means okay. Now let's see Rashi over here. Kiyafli. What does that mean?
Kiyafli.
We generally connect the word Kiyafli, something wand, pella. Would you say hafla or fella? Pella means something which is a wonder. Okay. Now here, how does that fit in over here? So Rashi says, Ish Kiyafli means yefarish, not yafrish. Whatever it could be, yafrish befiv. Means he separates with his mouth.
You would specify verbally.
Right. Means, Yafli means to make a distinctive statement in this case. Okay? Make a distinctive statement. Okay? Yafli means to make a distinction.
Right.
Okay? In the normal sense, the first vocal, we have that by the Makos in Egypt, in Mitzrayim. Okay? Rashi there. Hifleisi bayom hahu. It's Mitzrayim. The Hifleisi. The Pasuk says, I will make a distinction between the Egyptians and the Jewish people. Okay? So here, this is what Rashi says over here. He'll make a distinctive statement saying he's going to separate with his mouth by making a statement and saying that this value should be designated for Hashem. Okay?
What's the cha?
The erkacha. Now this is very actually interesting words. Normally you have that such a suffix means your value.
Your value,
yeah, but it doesn't mean that. The word, the noun itself, right? Without the suffix, there's not a noun with a second person suffix, meaning saying your value. Yeah. This is the word. This is the word as is. Doesn't mean your value, it means the value.
Can you give an example in modern parlance of what you're talking about? I don't understand what we're getting at. Can you just normal, everyday English about how would you use this?
So you're making we're going to see in the Psukim later.
Yeah.
A man of between 20 and 60 says, I want to give my erech, erki olai, my erech, my value upon me. Now since he uses that term erech, he doesn't mean my value that he should go to what do you call it, a valuation expert and say, well, let me see, you're 6'4", you weigh 250 pounds, you've got such size biceps, okay, that means you're worth a lot of money, okay, no, it doesn't mean that. It means you're between 20 and 60, okay, the Torah says, okay, any man between 20 and 60, whether he's a weakling or super strong, doesn't make a difference. He's got to give this amount, this value.
To what? To
the Beis HaMikdash, Hashem. No, one time, that's it, once. You give my value, I'm giving my value, I promise to give my value, my erech, to the Beis HaMikdash, Hashem, dedicated for holy purposes, then he's got to give this value.
Well, that's once.
Once, or one time, one off thing. Okay? Now, so that's what the next Rashi is going to say. The Erkach Nefashis.
Sure. Regarding the valuation of people, the 10.
Erech Nafshi.
By setting the valuation upon
to
people.
give the value of his soul.
Right.
Loima, by saying
Erech
Dover Shenafsha Tluya Bo Olai.
So the valuation of me.
Or even if he doesn't say, he says the valuation of my heart.
My heart.
Okay? Now that is the same thing. Erech Nafshi Olai, or Erech Libi Olai. Or even if you say Erech Koved Kvedi, right? The value of my liver. Now, I don't know if anybody, have you ever seen somebody living without a liver?
No.
No.
It's something to do with the liver, is something to do with physical. Like, if you look into it, it represents.
It represents a person's hummus, right? It's interesting. It means his
Being.
no, his
Physical.
the physical side.
Because the liver is.
His blood.
The blood, yeah.
It's right. It represents it. That's why. What is the term used for a liver in Hebrew? Kaved.
Oh, correct.
Right. What is another meaning of that word kaved?
Heavy.
Heavy.
Right.
Why? Because
Pharaoh,
the liver is representative of a person's physical side, which weighs a person down. If a person just had a soul and a neshama, he'd be flying up, going back to Shemayim. He wouldn't want to stay down here. But it's his physical being that's weighing him down and keeping him here on earth. Okay? That's what it's called. Yeah, right, that's what it says. When it says, Koved Lev Paro, the heart of Paro has become heavy, it means his physical side of him, right? His Koved, his physical side of him, was weighing him down, not wanting to disconnect him from Hashem, to ignore what Hashem was saying, and to disconnect him, to remain like a unintelligent animal. Okay?
Yeah, very good.
So
upon which.
So what Rashi is pointing out over here is the person doesn't, when he has to give this value to Hashem, it's not after he says, Erki Olai, my value, which indicates the value of his entire being. What happens if he says, Erech Libi Olai, or Erech Nafshi Olai, or Erech Kvedi Olai? So Rashi, that's what the Rashi points out over here. Erech Dover Shenafshe Tluya Boy. Right? He says the erech of a part which is an essential organ of his, essential part of him. Without it, he wouldn't be able to live. If he says that erech of that upon me, that means he's got to give his value. There's no difference if he says ereki olai or he says erech libi olai. Means either way means my heart means him. Okay, therefore he would have to give this value. Now the next part is going to go into details each person's value. But I point out over here when he says the term erech, he doesn't mean the actual evaluation according to like an evaluation expert will say, well, how much such a guy is his valued as a slave. It's not dependent on individual evaluation. This is a prescribed value given to a person depending on his age and depending on whether he's a man or male or female.
If he comes in first time, for like 20, when he's 20, then he's worse than me. But then, whenever this law, I don't know how it is allowed to go from 20 to 60. I thought everyone who reaches the age of 20.
So anybody between 20 and 60 is of the same value in this measurement.
So what does the value mean? I mean, the value mean he might be not strong, or he might.
Doesn't matter. This is erech. The term erech means
he might be able to
an absolute prescribed value, irrespective of his actual physical makeup.
As opposed to when
if he says domi olai, my value, right? If he says domi, then you go to expert. Go to expert, and he actually evaluates him.
But how can you value? I don't know. Value is spiritual. Value is we're all spiritual, but unfortunately, our physicality is not the same.
It doesn't matter, but he's not using a term to describe to indicate that he means his actual physical value. He's saying er ki olai, erech sheli, my erech. The term erech is an absolute term to mean not depend on how actually his physical being is.
Or spirituality.
It doesn't make a difference. Yeah, the Torah prescribes. The person says erech, my erech, if he's a male between 20 and 60, it's that. If it's a female between 20 and 60, it's something else. If he's between 5 years old and 20 years old, it's another value.
There's no
These
variance.
are absolute values.
No variance. No variance.
No variance. Okay? Next pasuk, Yoni.
והיה ערכה הזכר מבין 20 שנה ועד בין 60 שנה, והיה ערכה 50 שקל כסף ושקל הקודש.
Okay. Now, it says, let's
And
translate.
this is
V'haya erkecha hazocha.
And the value of a man,
Of a male, right.
of a male, from 20 until 60 years old,
Right.
it will be
The value.
the value of let's see,
No, not
50
your value.
shekels.
Right. Will be, the
Its
value will be
Its
50 shekels,
50 shekels.
silver shekels
Silver
the-
shekels, like the shekel of
of the
Kodesh,
holy type.
shekel.
Right. The shekel HaKodesh.
Yeah.
Of the holy type of shekels.
So,
And we said everywhere that the holy type of shekel means double the regular type of shekel.
oh.
Okay? That's
Like
we
what
had
they
by-
sell in the market, like the shekels in the market.
What do you mean? What we pay 100 shekels, what we use the currency we use in?
No,
it's not
like
good.
the shekel in the ancient markets where they
Right,
have the
so
gold
we
shekel.
have this in a number of places in Rashi and Bereshit Kisisa. Each person each year had to give half a shekel. Okay? The Torah says, Machzi shekel b'shekel HaKodesh. But that, the Gemara says, that later in Mishnaic times, that half shekel of the holy type of shekel was worth a full shekel of the regular shekel.
Is this a lot of money? 50 shekels?
If you want to know what it is, in silver value, it is about, I tell you, 5 shekels for pigeon aben, which is the person has to do, is, I don't know what the price of silver is today, but they used somewhere between, it was 150 and 200 shekels.
Yeah.
That's what 5.
5 shekels.
5 silver shekels,
Right.
right, is worth about between 150 and 200 shekels.
In modern.
A modern. So multiply that by 10, it's going to be quite a bit, between 1,500 and 2,000 shekels. Not a small amount. It's not a super amount, but it's not a small amount. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So it says Rashi over here. This is Rashi speaks out what I mentioned before. You have the Rashi, Yoni? The end of the first column.
Actually not. I have to, I'm looking for it.
No, turn it back. Yeah, the Rashi on the page Kuf Mem Gimel. Where you go? You have the Rashi there?
Oof, and then Gimel, right. And we're
End of the
down
bottom
to
of the first column. The last 2 words in the first column.
ואם מבין 60,
No, first column of the Rashi.
first column. Okay.
The last 2 words on that column.
והיה ארכה. Okay, ארכה. אין ערך זה לשון דמים.
Right. This term erech doesn't mean the actual value of the person, meaning saleable value, monetary value. Elo, ben shehu yoike, whether he's worth a lot of money, he's expensive. Ben shehu zo, whether he's cheap, meaning he's not worth much money. Fi shonov, hu erech, hakotzivanov. The Pasha says, the valuation which you give him, the value which you give him over here, is merely according to his age. Nothing to do with his actual physical makeup or value. Okay? And that's why I translated erech, I translated as meaning a prescribed value. It's not a variable value which according to what it is. It's a prescribed value, merely dependent on age. And, as we say, whether he's a male or female. Okay? Yeah, now Rashi says, Erkacha, now Rashi also brings to the point which I mentioned before, that the word, the cha sound, the last syllable, is not a suffix. Erkacha, kamoy erech. It's the same, it means value. Erkacha and erech, this is the noun itself. the kefel hakofin lo yadatim eze loshin. This doubling of the last chof at the end, instead of saying erach, you say erkacha. Now says Rashi, I don't know where this grammatically comes from. Okay? But that's what Rashi's pointing out. But your erkacha means, doesn't mean your erach. Erkacha means, when it says the word erkacha, it's as if it just said the word erach. Right. Okay? Shlomo, you have to pasuk hey.
Hey.
So let's read the pasuk Dalet first.
Hey.
V'in v'keva hi l'haya erchafa shoshin shekel. And if it's a female,
She's a
it
female.
will be worth,
The value will be
well,
right. Yeah, the prescribed value, the erech value. Let's call it the erech value.
value will be 30 shekels.
Right. So note, by the way, ratio between man and woman, male and female, is 5 to 3. Bear that in mind, okay? And this is for a standard adult, right, between 20 and 60. Okay? Now it's interesting, we find 2 other places where this age range is given. Where else do we find that? 20 and 60.
Slave. A slave. A slave, in heaven.
No, don't find it.
Levi.
No, actually not.
Sorry, that's 50.
Everybody's counted for the army.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the army.
All males eligible for the army are those between 20 and 60. Okay? And also we find third place where there's 20 and 60, which is actually derived from here, is those males who are, the men who are not allowed to go in to the land of to Eretz Yisrael, because they sinned with the sin of the spies.
Oh, the spies, right.
Sin of the spies. Okay? And in fact, both places, both by the army and by the sin of the spies, it does not give a top end age. It just says from the bottom end age, from 20 years and up. It doesn't say 60. However, in the Forsh of the Gemara learns out that just like by Erechim, we learn out from here, from 20 up means till when? Till 60. So too, as far as the army is concerned, 20 up, from 20 up means till 60. And similarly, with regard to the din of the Meraglim, those who were subject to the decree of to die in the desert as a result of the sin of Meraglim, it says all those from 20 and up, that means up to the age of 60. Okay? So the over 60s, they all went into, those who were over 60 at the time of the sin of the Meraglim, they went into Eretz Yisrael.
Where does the money go to?
What money?
Money is variation money.
Oh, Stam in general went to the Beis HaMikdash, Lashem. It says Lashem. It was dedicated for Hashem's purposes. Meaning it went to the Beis HaMikdash, to the HaKodesh treasure. Okay.
So you know, it always talks about the donation of half a shekel and all that. This seems like not as comes up as often. It's quite important because they get quite a large payment.
What would be now if somebody nowadays would say this term about himself? He would say, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, if he would say it, Erki Olah, my value. What are you going to do with the money? He's running into big problems.
What do you mean?
Because he's got to put the money, he's got to put it aside for when the Beis HaMikdash is going to be built.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hopefully Beis Hashem, the Beis HaMikdash will be built sooner than later.
So that would come back the head.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason. If somebody would say it nowadays, it means he's got to put the money aside, put it aside for when the Beis HaMikdash is going to be built. Okay.
Hey.
Now, Pasuk that we did, no Rashi and Dalet. Pasuk Hey.
The ben Amesh Shinim Mial
Ad.
ben Esrin Shana Bahaya Erchacha Hazachar Esrim Shekalim the La Nekeva Aseret Shekalim. And if from the age of 50,
No, 5. It'd be
from
Ben
5
Chodesh, from the age of 5.
until 20 years, it will be the value of a male
Will be
will be 20 shekalim, and a female 10.
Regardless of a person's physical.
correct. Okay, note over here, the ratio changes. Okay, we would have expected, right, if a man is 20, then the female should be, girl should be 12, because it's a ratio of 5 to 3. Okay, so we see that the girl between age of 5 and 20 is less value, respectively, to a man. So she's only half the value of a man. Okay, let's see Rashi.
4.
Mimi ben 5 shanim.
Okay.
Okay. No, sheyehei.
Hanoder.
Come on.
Rashi's pointing out to them. We're not referring to that the person who made the vow is somebody who is between 5 years old and up.
Oh, you can't do
Because,
that.
says Rashi, she'ein b'divrei cotton klum. If a child of
Because-
5 years
because
old
they
says,
can't, make
my
it.
value should be upon me, right, that I've got to give it to the Beis HaMikdash, his words are nothing.
Doesn't mean
It
anything.
doesn't mean anything.
However, the goal
And a
it
gogo,
says
it means an adult who said, somebody over the age of 13 who
this guy
said,
Katan.
Shama, who said,
Okay,
Era
It
cotton
is
zeh.
5 years upon.
The prescribed value of this cotton, Shu ben chomesh shanim, who is 5 years old, Olai should be upon you. Then,
On
if,
him meaning the adult.
right, meaning I take upon myself that I'm going to give the value of this child, right, this man, this boy, to HaKodesh. Then, if he's between 5 and 20 years old, then he's going to give the value of 20 shekels. Okay? Now, both. When we pasuk, yes, we have pasuk both, right? Okay, so let's translate. If he's from the age of a month old. Okay, add ben chomesh until the age of 5. Or your erkacha azocha, the value of a zocha should be 5 shekels, 5 silver shekels. The lamekeva for female erkacha, the value should be 3 shekels. Note here we're back
The
to
ratio changes again.
5 to 3. Okay? So it's interesting why a girl between the age of 5 and 20 is relatively loses some of the lesser value than should be than the standard.
What is this? I mean, what's the point of all this? I mean, if you want to say, I want to give money to your Beis HaMikdash, why don't you just say, I'll give 50 shekels? What's the significance of saying, I'll
Okay,
give
but
my
what?
value?
Right. So why did the Torah introduce this whole concept? I don't know. It's a good point. But obviously there is some significance to it. There is a person. Well, it's it's, as we're going to see in the next thing, when the person's above 60, there's a also valuation, and you see also the ratio changes as well. And as we're going to see in the next Rashi in the next passage, there is some significance to it. It means we see from here, first of all, the person has his maximum value between 20 and 60. That's when the person is in his prime, his most to'eles, how to say that? Purpose, right? You achieve it at this time, you achieve the most purposeful at that time. That's between the age of 20 and 60. Okay? Between 5 and 20 he's in the development stage, but he's already somewhat developed and can do things. And then from a month till the 5 years old, he's like,
We're the one young ones.
he's a baby, but basically he's growing up. So that's the minimum. And then after 60, he's on the decline already. Okay? So then there's another value.
But yet we made this whole point the whole time that it has nothing to do with the actual physical value.
Yeah, but it is somewhat of a representative value. So what is it? I don't know. Maybe I'll do a little bit of research into it.
It is what it is.
There's a value of how. Oh, so we're going to see later on. When it comes to a person dedicates the value of his field. So if it's a field which he's had the Yerusha, part of his inheritance, it's been an heirloom field, right? It's been in his family. Then there's also a prescribed value when you manage. You don't go according to the actual real estate value. Okay? You take a prescribed value for it. Why is that? I don't know.
And even the limb of an arm, a single limb.
Yeah, but because you say, like we said before, same thing like a person says the value, prescribed value of my heart. That means my heart, it means that. Right. Okay, let's see, let's go on to, there's no Rashi in Pasuk 12. Let's go on to Pasuk Zayin. Yeah, carry on, Bob. Carry on. Pasuk Zayin. In the Chumash.
ואם בן 60 ואמר אם זכור או
Erica. Yeah,
50 שקל והחייבו 10 שקל.
Okay, let's translate. Im ben 60 shana v'mal, if they are from above 60, im zoch, if he's a male, the value should be 15 shekel, 15 shekel. And for a female, 10 shekels. So now we see in this the ratio. Previously we said that the Yeshiva said 3 to 5, right? So it's like 60%. A female is 60% of the value of the male. Here she jumps now to 2/3.
No, is that significant?
Oh, so Rashi's going to say.
He thinks so.
Right, Rashi says, Rashi based on Chazal. Okay, then now you want to see Rashi, oh.
there, I don't know where
Actually, the Diva Maskell is over here, starts over here. The Imni Ben Shishim Shana. Yeah, that's on top. Top line. Kishimagia Hazikno. When it comes to the old age, right? Ha'isha Chloiva Lehechoshev Keish. The woman is considered already coming closer to be the similar value, importance as a man. Okay? Lefika, therefore, Ha'ish Koiches Bizdaknoi Yosem Ishlish Be'erk. Meaning a man, what was he originally? 50 when he was between 20 and 60. After 60 he drops to 15, which means he's dropped 70%. Okay, listen to this once more.
Which shows that men deteriorate a lot faster than women.
Well, listen to what Rashi's going to say.
Which is true.
The Isha,
Nothing to do with physical.
it's more that
Missing the whole point.
Okay, listen to
I did?
Let's finish the Rashi. Okay, come on. Shoma, before we discuss it, let's finish Rashi. The Isha, right, the woman, Eino Pecheses Elo Shlish Me'alka. Right? She only drops 1/3 of her original value. Meaning she loses, a man drops 70% and she drops only 66%. So now it's 1/3. Why? The Amre Insha, people say, Saba Bebeisa, an old man in the house, Pacha Bebeisa. It's like a nuisance in the house. Okay?
It doesn't sound spiritual to me.
Right. Safta Bebeisa, right? But there's an old woman, the grandmother's in the house, Sima Bebeisa. Right? It's like, how do you say Sima Bebeisa? good translation.
She's like a treasure.
Treasure, right? Treasure in the house.
Oh.
The simana tova bebesa. Okay, and it's a good simon in the house. That means, right? She's helping with cooking. What? Okay, so obviously she's not the same as when she's over 16, below 16, but relatively.
Why is her value relatively more than the man? The man is always negative. He's a
Yeah, because he's relatively, I mean, soft called soft, the man's value is still more than the woman. That's what you're asking. Okay, I guess because somewhat physically, I don't know. Whatever the significance behind it is, the Maisa, what we're pointing out is that relatively, a woman's value after the age of 60 drops less than the man's.
So, okay, so we're saying that it's really physicality and it's not spirituality.
No, it's use.
That's
Now, wait a second.
It's
Is that what we're saying?
No, not
That's-
use.
Yeah.
The whole time we've been
So-
saying
so-
it's not physical.
It's use.
And
Then
now
it
he's
is supposed to
saying,
go. That's what I
now
thought.
Rashi seems to be saying, but that's contradicted by the fact that the man's value is still more. According to what Rashi is saying, if the man is a detriment in the house, and the woman is a bracha in the house, then she should be worth
true.
more.
She
But
works
she's
more
not.
than a man.
Who wrote this?
A woman.
No, but there are such a thing as wise men, and there are wise guys.
On the contrary, only Jenuva Yeshiva. What do we say?
No, but
Psalm
you jumped in
92.
like you knew something, and you didn't know.
Shlomo, Psalm
I just
92.
didn't know. What?
Psalm 92. This Mashir Yom HaShabbos. How does it end off? Oid Yenuvan B'Seva, the Shenim V'Ranan and Yiyu. Right? They become wiser in their old age.
Who?
Right. Women.
Everybody. Men, women, doesn't make a
Everybody
difference.
becomes wiser. They all become wiser.
So if you're looking at
So
the
women become relatively more wise than men
So
than
I would-
there was before.
Can I make
But
a
not
point
wise
now? Just
enough.
think this is thought that just occurred to me now. It's exactly the point. Because in old age, the accent is less on the physical and more on the mental and
That's
the,
right,
on
that's
the,
what I
on the
said.
wisdom side.
That's what I
So
said.
that's exactly the point. A man deteriorates more physically as he gets over 60. And a woman
Definitely.
less.
Right.
So therefore, or should we say that, or I'll make another one, actually maybe change it slightly. Because the physical side changes more after 60, it deteriorates. So in that respect, since a woman's wisdom is more valued after the age of 60 than a man's, wisdom is valued
I like that.
relatively.
I like that.
Therefore, that wisdom, relative
I like
value of
that.
wisdom comes more into play in the general value of the person who has the value of the person is measured both the physical and the spiritual outside, and the wisdom value of the person. It's an encompassing value. So now, between the age of 20 and 60, where the physical side is the strongest factor, so then a man is way more than a woman.
Right.
But when after 60, where the physical side deteriorates, so then the wisdom side comes more into play. And in that respect, the woman is better than the man. So, but it's not, it's a somewhat change. The physical, there is still some physical factor
So how
involved
does
as well.
that play out?
I mean, I'm sorry asking you, Lou, how old are you? Are you over 60?
Yes.
Okay, so you still are physically pretty good.
Yeah, I'm over 70.
Yeah, so you're physically good. That doesn't mean that you can totally
Yeah,
use
so
So how
it.
does that play out between
74?
5 and 20?
I don't know. I don't have to analyze exactly.
How do you keep
But first, between 50 and 25 and 20, the person's developing. Okay,
He smokes, drinks.
anyway, we'll stop
How do
there.
you know I'm